There were tears, hugs, celebration. I mean, it's a historic moment, so powerful. I want you to take a look. There's still quite a lot of people here, but before it really was packed. So many people crowding in here to watch NASA launch Artemis 2, the first crewed mission around the moon in more than 50 years. Now, a few hundred people were here. This is really a powerful moment, and it really hits close to home for so many people here in Southern California because there's a lot of ties here. One of the astronauts, you just mentioned him, he's a Pomona native, and engines built in Canoga Park are powering that rocket. So I want to when the clock hits zero, this is Space Pam, as you like to be called.
Space Pam, yes.
Pam, you were I was looking at the crowd, hundreds of people packed in here to watch that moment. You caught my eye because you were so emotional. Talk to me about what this means to you.
I'm so thrilled to be here, to finally see this launch. I'm a retired school teacher, and I do space talks for kids right now. And I have the Columbia Memorial Space Center on the advisory committee for their new building. So I have been teaching about this for probably 5, 6, 7 years. And finally, the day has come, and so I could hardly hold it together. So it was really hard because I'm just wanting so much for this next generation to know all about this, to be motivated, to be excited, to move on. I mean, think about how wonderful this is, that this is a peaceful way that we could bring people together. I mean, if all going on in our world right now, the space program together in a peaceful way, and different countries too, with the first Canadian, first woman, person of color from Pomona, you know, a woman. I mean, this is just something that can excite us and move us forward to the future. And can I show them my shirt?
Oh, absolutely. Okay. Let's bring her back. We show the we're looking at.
This is the patch, and it's for Artemis 2, and look how it says an A and 2 L's, all saying all by all, for all humanity. This is what brings us all together. We need peace in our world, and that's here for the space program.
And what makes you so emotional? Because you say, you know, you've been teaching about this for years. We've led up to this moment. Why does that make you emotional?
I'm such a person because I have such a passion. I have a cousin who was an astronaut and went up 3 times in the shuttle. I just always have just a heart for just discovery and learning and education, and get kids excited about learning something new and for the future. It's just us, what we teachers. We have a passion for what we teach about, and it's been my passion for so many years.
You see this moment, you're this is such a historic moment. I mean, really, so much work has gone into this. When the clock hit zero, we saw it go up and it was successful. What was running through your mind?
Godspeed, Artemis 2. Safe journey. Come back home, teach us new things, and bring us into the future.
Amazing. Thank you so much for your time. One of many passionate people here. Such a historic day here. We're going to have much more on this coming up in our next hour. But for now, we're reporting live from a very happy crowd here in Downey. I'm Jillian Smuckler, KTLA.
President Trump became the first sitting president to attend oral arguments at the Supreme Court today. The High Court hearing a case connected to the president's efforts to end birthright citizenship. The president's motorcade arrived at the Supreme Court early this morning. The case stems from an executive order he signed on the very first day of his second. That order said children born to parents who were in the country illegally not entitled to automatic citizenship. During arguments, several justices, including Mr. Trump's own MPs, expressed skepticism about the order, which contra precedents tied to the 14th Amendment, which, among other things, grants citizenship to all people born in the U.S. The final ruling is expected later this year.
President Trump is preparing to address in just about 2 hours.
It will be his first since the United States and Israel began the war against Iran just a month ago. KTLA's Lister joins us live from the newsroom with details. Lauren.
John and Sam, that address to the nation set for 6 p.m. KTLA will carry it live. The White House says the president will give an important update on the war a day after he said he aims to end the U.S. role in the conflict in 2 to 3 weeks. airstrikes pound Iran's capital in another day of war. Plumes of smoke seen rising above Tehran, where local media reported airstrikes hit several residential buildings. And in the U.S., the president is set to give a prime-time address on the conflict. Lawmakers reacting.
I'd like to hear from the president is to reiterate what the narrowly defined objectives were from the beginning of this engagement, which is to assure that Iran does not ever get a nuclear weapon.
Trump is learning it's a lot easier in a war than it is to get out of a war.
Trump administration officials saying moves to make a deal to end the war with Iran are in progress. Secretary of State Marco Rubio on Fox News' Hannity.
There are messages being exchanged. There are talks going on. There is the potential for direct meeting at some point. We're always going to be open for that. But what President Trump is not going to allow is he's not going to allow fake negotiations to be used as a delay tactic.
The president today posting on social media, Iran's new regime president asked the U.S. for a ceasefire, something top Iranian officials deny. Countries now figure out how to get the crucial oil route Strait of Hormuz that borders Iran back. The UK's prime minister saying he'll hold a diplomatic conference this week.
We will also convene our military planners to look at how we can marshal our capabilities and make the strait accessible and safe. Fighting has stopped.
And today, disturbing new video from the Middle East obtained by the Associated Press, appearing to show the moment an American freelance journalist, Shelley Kittleson, was in Iraq. U.S. officials allege by an Iran-linked militia. And Iran's president posted on X what he called an open letter to the people of the USA written in English, asking, quote, exactly which of the American people's interests are truly being served by this war, end quote. Coming up next hour, some new updates in today of U.S. troops. For now, that's latest live from the newsroom. I'll send it back to you.
For that, to developing news now, former member of Fleetwood Mac, Lindsey Buckingham, attacked in Santa Monica. Police say they know who the suspect is and that she may have been in contact with Buckingham.
KTLA's Mary Beth McDade is live in our news center with the latest. Hi, MB.
Hi there, John. Yes, the LAPD tells us that the incident occurred on March 25th. They reportedly know who the suspect is, but have yet to arrest her. The LAPD will only say that their threat management unit is working with this like a police department to investigate this incident. Fleetwood Mac's former guitarist Lindsey Buckingham had a scary encounter in Santa Monica last week. A woman figured out where Buckingham had an appointment, and when he entered the building, she threw an unknown substance at the two-time Grammy winner and then took off. Buckingham was not injured.
The person who allegedly did this could be facing some very serious consequences. This is certainly an assault. If the unknown substance is actually a chemical, that could lead to a state prison sentence of up to 4 years.
The woman is reportedly a stalking suspect who is known to Buckingham and law enforcement. The suspect's name in this recent incident is not being released by law enforcement at this time. Buckingham and his family have had past stalking issues with a woman by the name of Michelle Dick. The Buckinghams got a restraining order against the 55-year-old San Leonardo woman after years of alleged harassment and death threats.
There has been real fear and concern about this woman, and if this known stalker, person that assaulted or allegedly assaulted Mr. Ham, she is looking some serious in the state prison because there is an outstanding restraining order.
According to court documents, Dick began sending messages to Lindsey's wife's business phone stating that she was going to kill them. The Buckinghams declined to press charges due to the suspect stopping her behavior after LAPD detectives spoke to her. But then Dick allegedly began leaving Lindsey's son threatening messages on his cell phone and sent messages to his daughter on social media. Court records indicate she was spotted outside the Buckinghams' Brentwood home on numerous occasions over the years. And she is accused of making a false 911 call to Lindsey's residence stating that someone needed help. And we've reached out to Buckingham and as well as the attorney in that past stalker case, but have yet to hear back. For now, reporting live here in News Center, Mary Beth McDade. Send back to you guys in the studio.
Mary Beth, thank you. A bear that has been spotted wandering around a Fillmore neighborhood has been safely captured. KTLA was on scene all day long as the animal ran through yards, searched inside coolers, then hid under an RV where it was eventually tranquilized. At one point, someone fed the bear some fish from a freezer, which is probably needless to say, not recommended.
What we would like is the bear to stay wild, not to be comfortable with people. The more comfortable a bear becomes with people, or the more that a bear associates people with a source of food or safety, and the higher the likelihood that there's going to be conflict involving the bear.
Fish and wildlife officials tagged the bear, hauled it away for assessment before it can be released back into its habitat.
All right, we've got more coming up on the news at 4.
Kai Goldberg has your forecast. Hey, Kai.
Hey, John, Sam. Good afternoon, everybody. A little bit of wet weather yesterday and some lingering cloud cover coming from that smaller storm. But we're getting ready for a warm-up and a beautiful Easter weekend forecast coming up your way in just a few minutes. But first, Laz is here.
Thank you, Kai. You